Welcome to Zen in a Moment, episode 13 with Zen Crier DeBrook. Well, there's something really kind of funny that I want to talk to you about today, and it has a lot to do with the discord that's happening all over the world based on our differing opinions. I think it's really important that it's not a political conversation, but a human one. I think that when we're talking about, or at least I should say my belief is, that when we're talking about big, giant issues, that there's a few things that we're discounting, that we're not paying attention to, that we're not bringing to the forefront of our minds, and that is bias. And I'm going to explain bias in a really unique way. One of the things that I think is most important about what's happening on the planet today is that it feels to me as if everyone's being pushed around by the media, what they're reading. Most people are getting their media from email and independent sources and YouTube. But what's happening is that we are being censored. There's a lot of things that we're not allowed to hear about or experience. And there have been people out there that are presenting that we are more censored than China or Russia. Now, some of you were like, what? But truly, there is a lot of external news that is what's going on in countries around the world right now, in lots of ways, between wars and protests and countries falling. And recently the numbers are 800 million people are starving, which has doubled since last year. There's a lot of news we don't get here in the United States. So I wanted to address this as someone who, meaning you, how do you take this on? How do you bring peace and presence to the world around you when there's a lot of people who are over the top upset? And so there's a couple things that I wanted to mention, which is one, bias is incredibly important. That the news that we're getting, you have to look at what their bias is. Where are they coming from? What is their background? Who are they supporting? What are their beliefs? Because what's occurring is we have like two beliefs happening. There's this way or that way. And I can tell you from using my internal guidance system and studying spirituality since basically 1993, that there isn't really a black and white experience on this planet in any way, shape, or form. My belief is that each of us comes here, we plan our parents, which for some of you, you're like, eek, that can't be true. But we plan the people who are going to raise us, and they have the perfect dysfunction for what we need to overcome in our lives. And we plan our blueprint of our life before we come here. In fact, according to a lot of near-death experience people, we have to get that approved because it could be too little or too much. There's a council that actually supports us in creating this lifetime. And then we get down here and we begin what I call filling our cup. And each of us, if you think about it for a second, is one big empty cup when we arrive. And then we begin filling it. Our parents fill it, our culture fills it, our belief systems, what hurts us, what encourages us, how we lose, how we win. And every single person around you and those who disagree with you, I like to see it as if the cup was filled with information that I haven't been filled with. That doesn't mean the information is wrong, because oftentimes the bias that filled my cup will point fingers and blame and create aggressors and victims and all these different things. And their cup has been filled by people who are pointing fingers and blame, creating victims, and who have been filled by aggressors, perpetrators. We're both in the same experience. We just have our fingers pointed at different individuals as being the ones who are bad, bad, bad. So each person that you meet, it doesn't mean they're stupid or they're wrong, although it may appear that may appear to be the way it is. The truth of the matter is their cup is filled with something over the years that your cup was not filled with. And what's important in this moment is to listen deeply and then get an amazing experience of being listened to as well. I just recently had a conversation with a dear, dear, dear friend. And we are completely at opposite ends of the scale. I mean, we are not thinking the same way about things, which was shocking to me because we love each other and we get along so well that, of course, the fact that she has a different opinion than me should be a big deal. But it's not. It made me curious. It shifted my thinking. And she said the same. that we kind of opened up to these difference of opinions, and it's opened up an opportunity for us to think about it more strongly because we love each other so much and we believe our opinions matter. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the cup concept over the next couple of days, because I think it's actually really important to the healing of the planet and how we approach people. And remember, it doesn't matter how they approach you back. You're a reed. You use your internal guidance system to stay centered into the opening. So you want to look at your own thoughts that charge you up about their opinions that are coming from what their cup is filled up with. And that is how you become a reed. That is how you protect others that are behind you, the little ones. So I just wanted to give you something to think about. They're not bad people. Our cups are filled with different information, but that doesn't mean that they're wrong or bad. We just need to communicate about the information that our cup is filled with. I'm sending you love and blessings. I hope you enjoy thinking about this today. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my Zen in the Moments mini pods. I'm on a mission to eliminate mental fear in the human species. I truly know that the closing of our internal guidance systems is letting each and every human being on the planet know that what they're thinking is out of alignment with what is going to create love, harmony, compassion, discernment, and peace. And that if we all learn to follow our internal guidance system, discover our openings, we will be in flow and in harmony together, and we can create the world that we love. Now, this is not something we can do by ourselves. That is why I have created the Fear-Free Human Collective. The collective is a community of people who've come together to get training on how to use their internal guidance system. It is an amazing experience to be with a group of people who are looking at their closings, taking responsibility for them, and then working together to find openings. Because when those openings happen, magic and synchronicity are the norm. If you are interested in having a group of people who are going through this experience together and are changing their worlds to where, miracles become the norm and we can celebrate them together as we have an extraordinary life by influencing people with our opening and our love and our compassion, that I want to invite you to go to BeFearFreeNow.com, BeFearFreeNow.com, and become a member. We have a free level, a level that is $27, $47, and $97, depending on how deep you want to go with the training and how much coaching access you'd like to have, and to be in a group with me, to be able to be in a discussion with me on how are we going to make this happen on this beautiful, exquisite planet we live on. So please come check it out. I'd love to have you join the fun. Join us all at BeFearFreeNow.com. Thanks so much. I'm sending you love and blessings. Bye for now.